They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. Duke Blue Devils, as we'll see, the Titans taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Blue Devils will kick it off to get us underway. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Titans offense will get the football first. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Complete on the comeback. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. And the Titans have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Beebe. Fires to the big fella. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Important in the...
Finds his man, it's Smallwood.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Titans pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Fires it incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incomplete.
Nowhere to go. The ball is loose.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Titans send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Duke's offense will get the ball for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
They'll give it to him again. Runs through a tackle. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. And the Blue Devils moving quickly to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Blue Devils get this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Might as well give it to him again. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
Second down, he'll throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. A little screen to the running back. Brings it to the open. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. And the Blue Devils in the hurry-up. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Running back looking for the end zone to the left. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. From the gun, wants to pass. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Unleashes it on the run. Makes the grab down the left side. They make the stop, but this junior loves. Off his arm strength, and he did it there. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. Got the quick pass.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll move the tight end. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Finds his man. It's Key. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Morris. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Blue Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back. He's all the way down to the 3, and he wrecked the defense, it's their first of the half. And the Blue Devils trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
Get set, get set.
They'll try to pound their way in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Pushes toward the goal line. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal.
29 Philly. 2.
Powers forward. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense is back on the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Dances away. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. And the Titans racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quick release by the QB. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Titans will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
He'll try it again. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And the Blue Devils trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
when the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Going to sling it on second down. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Duke! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
He's got him. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the air, it's Bailey. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Titans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw again. Rushes on him. Here comes it. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Just drives it between the uprights. That'll close the gap to 14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Oh, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to go in at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Here's the handoff. Got the first down. Looking for more. Wide open spaces. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Grab behind the line. It's Morris. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll run it. It's Key. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
29 Philly.
Looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
And the Titans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They'll run it from the gun. Got the first down and more. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. The Blue Devils come to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Blue Devils are on the move.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Blue Devils back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. After run, now throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. And the Blue Devils didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils! And the pummeling has started.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1, lost week 1. They could have gotten out on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Titans with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Stands in and takes the hit. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Titans will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Now on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the +42.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
The Blue Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Anger. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And the Blue Devils are on the move. To the air on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Well, a big key for this defense coming into this game was could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass? We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. And they weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed to. But that time, in the second half, they come away with their first sack of the game, and that is going to be a big shot in the arm for this defense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Safe completion on the screen. There he goes. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Trying to find the end zone. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Duke! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. These guys wanted to make a statement. Statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Bailey. It's complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And now on second down for this offense. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quickly out to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Titans will bring the punt team onto the field. On his way back from the 20. Makes a move. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
To the air on second down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Blue Devils have pushed it inside the 20. From the gun on third down. Makes a grab over the middle. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. They'll try to sneak it. And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10.
Cricket.
Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Power football with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break. He checked out. The Blue Devils have their offense in high gear. Trying to barge their way in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Tries again to get it in. Going. Finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll go back to work on offense. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Gets it out fast. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Titans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Titans will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
The give from the gun. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
And the Blue Devils, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Blue Devils!
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. Grabbed in the middle, it's Haynes. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Titans line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Cousins. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Titans come to the line with a new set of downs.
325.
They just keep firing. Gets it out quickly. Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Got his man. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the ball.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this, they'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Utah is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Utes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fires to the big fella. So now it's 2nd and long. Let's send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, it's Bailey. They're setting up the screen.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake, but this game is well in hand. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Going to try to get it himself. Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time. He gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. This is what an elite team